the effects of music and broadband sound white noise on the sleep quality of high school students. So just to preface, my research began with an interest in music and looking at how music relates to sleep based on my own experience. Then I moved into broadband sound, which is an umbrella term for things like white noise, pink noise, and brown noise. And I researched the two's effect on sleep and compared them. So sleep quality, especially in younger populations, has seen a huge downward trend in recent years. A 2017 study found that over 60% of college students reported poor sleep quality. Now this is bad because it leads to things like insomnia, mood shifts, and importantly, depression and cognitive decline, which can lead to things like suicide. This is not a new thing, as in the 1960s, pharmacological treatment began to emerge for sleep issues. The issue with pharmacological treatment, however, is addictions and reactions to the drugs began to occur, opening the door for non-pharmacological treatment. This encompasses anything from sleep hygiene cycles to lowering screen time before bed to lullabies and things like that. And importantly, auditory stimulation. Auditory stimulation is an umbrella term for various sounds that are used in any sort of help before bed. This includes, as I said before, broadband sound, which is any music or sound that occurs over a wide range of frequencies, including white noise, pink noise, brown noise, or any other type of noise. And then music, which has seen a lot of recent increase due to its accessibility. Now, music itself has been found to reduce stress hormones and therefore stress levels, which directly leads to improved sleep quality. Additionally, a 2007 study on students specifically found that music significantly decreased the sleep latency of the population, meaning they fell asleep earlier and experienced higher sleep quality as a whole. Broadband sound, on the other hand, in 2021 was found to improve sleep quality in users in noisy environments in a New York City apartment. Additionally, it was also found to decrease sleep latency and increase higher quality sleep. Recently as well, mobile apps have seen a spike in usage. Apps like Calm, Better Sleep, and Headspace. These apps use music, broadband sound, or what they call soundscapes to help users fall asleep. They're anticipated to rise at a considerable rate up until 2050, and apps like Calm have been proven to decrease sleep latency onset as well, proving their effectiveness. Now, the growth in these apps has led to a research gap that exists. There's no comparative analysis between the two popular methods, despite them both being used in apps and them both being very accessible. Additionally, there's a lack of research on normal populations of high school students. That means students who don't have insomnia or any sort of sleep issue. This leads me to ask my research question of, what differing effects do listening to music and broadband sound white noise before bed have on the measured weekly sleep quality levels of high school students? So for my method, I've chosen to use experimental research through a survey. I will compare one group of music, one group listening to white noise, and a control group of normal sleepers where I'm just measuring their sleep levels. Participants will be 30 high school volunteers chosen from classes from the 9th to 12th grade. Requirements are they're proficient in the English language and have access to a mobile phone or digital device to take the survey and to listen to music. My instrument being used is the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index. This is a highly standardized and historically used survey method popular in sleep quality levels. Questions in the PSQI are extremely easy. It allows for quantitative data as no written responses are in there, and they just ask frequency of certain issues that you may have experienced while sleeping. For the purposes of my study, I've modified the PSQI to save time, limiting questions not pertaining to high schoolers, such as sections including sleeping with a partner and that sort of thing. And I've made it easily accessible through a Microsoft form so participants can fill it out and send it back to me every week. Additionally, I'll provide a link to a specific white noise video and a specific playlist of 60 to 80 BPM music so that there's no variation in the data. So first, participants will be selected, randomized, and assigned to 3 groups. Next, the preliminary PSQI will be administered. This is a survey that will go out before any sort of intervention has occurred in order to see participants' sleep levels before any intervention. Then data collection will begin. I will ask that participants listen to their intervention every day before bed for a week, and at the end of the week, they will fill out their form and send it back to me. Following the final week, I will run the forms through the analyzed formula for the PSQI and calculate their global sleep score. Then I will compare the data, noticing trends in between broadband sound, the normal group, and music, and write my results and analysis. Participants will be asked to listen to the music beginning 30 minutes before bed and asked to fill out the Microsoft form each Sunday, allowing quick access to results for me. The formula used for the PSQI calculates a global sleep quality score which ranges from 0 to 21. Answers are simple. You plug it into the formula. There's no room for error. And for the purposes of my modified form, I've also modified it for less questions. 0 to 4 is the target from 0 to 21, which indicates a good sleep level. And that's it.
Amy, you want to go ahead and ask?
What are you uncertain about at this point, and how do you plan to deal with that?
So in purposes of my method, ensuring that students will actually be filling out the form every single night and administering the intervention every single night is going to be something that I obviously can't control myself. I will just have to hope that they will go through and finish it on Sundays. But if something does occur, there is a space I put into the form to write any reasons that they might not have been able to do it, or any sort of distractions that could have occurred that stopped them from that. So yeah.
Okay, very good.